Okay, the big questions are what caused this pop, right, above to new all-time highs, this big run? This is something nobody talks about. I've got the reason why. And will this lead to a altcoin season? China had a major meeting in Shanghai, which is kind of like the New York of China, basically saying they are getting into crypto. To be more specific, stable coins and some cryptocurrencies, if you can actually read it, right? And look at the timing of the news. It came out on the 11th of July, but at midnight is when this news leaked. And that is obviously major because so far, China has had almost zero policies that are pro-crypto. And look how Bitcoin market reacted to it, right? The news hits. When does it make this move? Midnight Asian time zone. I've adjusted my time clock here so that folks can see when this move happened. From midnight up till 5 p.m. Asian time zone, it just kept on going and hit 118.8. You could tell me if that's a coincidence or not. You could tell me, is that a coincidence that the world's second largest economy, some say the largest economy, just makes this announcement that it's gone from anti-crypto to suddenly possibly embracing crypto and stable coins, and Bitcoin breaks through new all-time high and makes this run? Is that a coincidence? Also, for folks who are in my Discord and who watch my videos, you know this already. Pretty much all of the exchanges that you can name other than Coinbase are basically owned by Chinese owners, and also even including FTX. You might say, oh, that's by that SBF guy, American dude. But he started his exchange in Hong Kong. Think about that. Where did get all his customers from? The first 3 years when he went from zero to hero, when he took off, where did he get all his customers from? China is basically the most important nation, or at least the second most important nation to crypto, and it's being clamped down and it's being repressed when it comes to crypto and stable coins and all that. And suddenly they make this announcement right here, and Bitcoin breaks through into a new all-time high. There are a few cryptos that are related to China that could benefit a lot from this. I can talk about it. If folks are interested, let me know in the comments. But for this episode, let's have a look at altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance made a move. And Bitcoin dominance, which is how most people judge altcoin season, we've respected this line all along. And now look at this. We're coming back to retest this line again. If we were to draw a trend line here, right, it's broken the trend line of the last 6 or so weeks. The thing about Bitcoin dominance is this. I was calling for Bitcoin dominance to peak around the 65, 66 area, 65.5 at the time, because we have this resistance trend line here. This will be just the right time for Bitcoin dominance to break down and break this red line here. Boom, break down, and down we go. And also, this blue line at 64% is also a key support or resistance area. So if we break that and the red line both around 60, that's called a 63.5, then that'd be a confirmation, and down we go. Should be altcoin season. So let's have a look at ETH versus Bitcoin, for example. I was calling for ETH to bottom against Bitcoin around here because I saw this was a bottoming tail. ETH had this magnificent run here back in 2017. Still did well, did a big run in 2022 as well. And now a close here would be nice because it means it's finally broken through to a lot of the sell pressure. But we really need ETH to close above here. Let's call it 0.027. Remember, 0.027 probably corresponds to the breakdown of Bitcoin dominance on the chart. I showed you guys when Bitcoin dominance was around 63.5%. Remember, when this breaks, 0.027 breaks, and we can close above here with ETH versus Bitcoin, that's when Bitcoin dominance probably closes below 63.5%, and we've got a real altcoin season that's been confirmed. We want to see ETH close like this, at least like this, if not a little bit higher, like as close to 3,000 as possible, rather than what we saw before, which was almost a topping tail. We want to see ETH close up high and not look back. ETH should head to major resistance in the low 3200s area. Low 30, let's call it 3250. 3250 could even wick a little bit above and then come back down, bounce a couple of times, and then up we go. Let's have a look at total 3. I've spoken about this before. I said we get a pullback to around here, 750, retest this trend line, and boom, bounce up we go. So that has been pretty accurate, and the resistance will be around this 1.1 trillion area, 1.01 trillion. And look, when it breaks through, that's just going to have a massive run. Same for total 2. Folks might remember a few weeks ago, I did the video on this as well. And I said 1.05 T. It hit that very accurately around here, wicked down 1.01. Right, when it was around here, I said we're coming down to here, bounce off this line, and boom, up we go. So obviously that is playing out. Altcoin season looks like it's on its way. And this is others. The smaller coins are having a tougher time. It is even smaller, like in terms of this rally. It's just getting started, right? So that always happens. Bitcoin runs, and then ETH runs. Then top 10, top 20 coins runs, and then the mid caps, and then the tiny coins, and then meme coins. It's usually some sort of pattern like this. So this one has only just started. For most people, the altcoin season that you want probably has just only begun in the first week. This green candle is when it just started, right? It's 3 days in, we're 3 days into it, right? And we're probably going to see something. We're not going to see any resistance until this doubles. Well, the major resistance is around 454 billion area, and then boom, and then further up we go.